Can content creators make a good video game? That is the question I pose to you today. We have
That is
some
the question.
brand new news. 100 Thieves yesterday came out the gates saying that they are creating a video game here. An esports and apparel organization now wants to create a video game. This comes from Games Radar and a video on Twitter from Nate Shot and their other COO, John Robinson. Esports organization 100 Thieves is making a game with former Fable lead and Telltale Games CEO. The news was announced yesterday on May 18th via Project X, that's what they're calling it, on Twitter, a new account dedicated to the first video game project from 100 Thieves. In the video just below, 100 Thieves CEO Nate Shot and COO John Robinson explained that they are looking for a new venture outside the world of esports and have landed on making their very own game. The two have actually been talking about this venture for roughly 2 years. Quote, over the next few years, we're making our very own video game, announced Nate Shot, with Robinson adding that they're looking to make a game with creators and their very own community. James, take the next three.
Sorry, I was looking up who this guy is, who's the former Fable lead.
Oh, they're getting into it. That's the next bullet
Cool.
points.
Nate Shot, for one, feels as though transparency is the key to creating this new game. It turns out this new game has come about for the two debating which is better, Halo 2. Okay, sorry, let me reread this point. It turns out this new game has come about from the two debating which is better, Halo 2 or Halo 3. The pair feel like they've got some expertise on what actually makes a game work, so they're deciding to put their expertise to the test. To this end, 100 Thieves has hired Pete Hawley, maybe, as their chief product manager. While being an executive producer on Burnout Paradise at EA, Hawley has also overseen games like Fable, Little Big Planet, and Killzone. 100 Thieves is, quote, actively recruiting, end quote, for the new game and promises to have more news for their community relatively soon. It's still super early, says Robinson, indicating that the game isn't in actual development right now. The pair haven't decided what genre or sort of game they want to make, but are hard at work at figuring that out and discussing what they want the game to be in the end. It sounded like you were going to say.
Well, in the video, they joke about that, like about not knowing the genre, but then they also joke about, oh yeah, the genre is set. We already know the type of game it's going to be, like, and that kind of thing.
Oh, interesting.
It's like, we're not ready to reveal any details or confirm anything yet. And they're like, we don't have the game yet. And then Nate Shot's like, we do have the game. And then we don't have the genre yet. We know the genre. Like, I don't know. They were kind of just joking around.
Weird.
With each other. Yeah.
It's still early days for Project X, but it might be one to keep an eye on.
Now, before we get into these next 2 bullet points, James, I want to hear your opinion. You told me you were not excited about this.
I'm not excited for this. My initial reaction, you put this in the news dump group chat.
Yeah.
And my initial reaction was, oh no.
Tell me. I want to hear it.
Oh no. Because I don't feel good about streamers like making a game.
Okay.
Because they're not like developers. I don't know what the and a lot of this is coming from, like, I don't know their creative vision for this game. All I know is that they had an argument about whether Halo 2 or 3 is better. And that somehow spawned making a game.
Here's my thought, my rebuttal to this, I guess, is that I believe that Nate Shot and John Robinson, who are the CEO and COO of 100 Thieves, have a creative vision of what a great multiplayer. I'm assuming this is going to be a competitive game because that's an esports organization. They're going to want to compete in something like that. It's probably going to be an FPS, you know what I mean? Or something like that, or third-person shooter, something like that. So they probably have an idea of what a great competitive shooter or multiplayer game is because they play these games that are happening all the time. They wish they made the creative decisions on Warzone or Valorant or whatever the hell they're playing, Fortnite. But they know that they don't actually have the means to make that game because they are not developers themselves. And that is what bringing this talent on for. Now, they don't have like a history of like, here's a game we've created or worked on before. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. Them being in the creative shoes, I'm not opposed to. Like, I'm not opposed to.
But here's the thing: the chief product manager, Pete Hawley, hasn't worked on the only FPS he's worked on is Killzone,
right?
Which is more so a single player than a multiplayer shooter. I mean, in recent years,
right.
Back in the day, it used to be bigger in multiplayer, but not competitively by any means.
Yeah.
So
Here's the other thing
I'm
though.
curious.
They hired him as a chief product manager. So I don't even think he's going to be like the lead dev or like leading teams. Like he would be probably one of the heads of the teams, but I don't know. Like they're still hiring and stuff like that. So I think it's too early to rule out. But my question is like a broader thing at this point too. Like regardless of this specific 100 Thieves game will be good or not, we have yet to see. I'm sure we'll see in
Sure.
6 years when it comes out or something like that, right? It'll be way down the line. Like we won't be playing this for a long time unless they really just push that baby out. But we also have Dr. Disrespect, who a year ago, 2 years ago, said that his game titled Midnight Society is coming out, and it's a vertical battle royale. So I don't know what that means. It's a vertical battle royale game, but he's been working on it for a long time. They've done a lot of weird marketing decisions with that. But people are excited about it because Dr. Disrespect, on the other hand, worked at Activision for however many years and he was a map builder for Call of Duty on some of the Modern Warfare games, Infinite Warfare, like a lot of the best maps. They are credited with him as like the lead designer of that before he went into streaming. So like he is now a content creator and he's known as a content creator, but he has a huge background in game development beforehand.
That's more interesting to me.
So it's interesting. And then we got a response from Dr. Disrespect's game studio that said Midnight Society, which is the game, tweeted, "New competition has entered the arena. Always nice to have someone to be better than." Just as a little jab to 100 Thieves. Pretty funny. Of
course.
Very on brand.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very on brand for Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, I wanna take a Chef Gusteau's anyone can cook approach to this situation and want to say anyone can make a game.
Yeah.
But I'm also a gatekeeper, Vincent.
Terrible. Yeah, tell me about it.
I'm also a gatekeeper, and I'm like, well, I don't know if they have the chops to technically, right? And I say this, I don't mean like they can't have a good creative vision.
Right.
I don't mean they can't have a good handle of what game, because I don't have a good handle on what a good game.
Right.
Like, I mean, I probably do a little bit, but
you probably have an idea of things that you would like to see in a game and like yeah, an outline.
Right. But like when it comes to the technicalities, and like you said, that was a good point, saying they have like these are people who have been in the competitive scene, who knows what makes competitive shooters work, what makes them competitive, what makes them fun to play, and what have allowed them to stay in the competitive scene for so long.
What I think is interesting is obviously game devs, they're developers first. I mean, some of them are gamers first too, and then become developers and stuff like that. But I think this is interesting. They've spent their entire careers being the consumers of these things, and now they're decided like, oh, I know I can make something better than this, or I think I have an idea that is better than this, which is interesting to me. So like, I don't want to rule it out yet. I think this could there could be some serious cool things coming out of this. I don't know. Maybe not, but who knows? So
I don't know. I'm coming out of this conversation more optimistic than I previously was.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's
because originally I thought this is going to be 100 Thieves Telltale, where you're playing as Nadeshot going around the Cash App,
the Cash App
compound and talking to Pokimane.
Sure, yeah. That would be hilarious.
Marketing stuff.
Yeah, that would be great.
And then it says Pokimane will remember that in the corner when you have a conversation.
Courage will remember that, like everything in the corner. That would be so funny. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a weird gray area between not indie and not AAA, unless this becomes AAA, because it's not like they're a studio producing a bunch of things. They'd produce one game, like, I don't know. So double A.
It would probably be. It would probably have to be in the indie.
Yeah, I guess.
It'd be an independent developer, right?
Yeah. I guess
unless they were to partner with a major studio or a major distributor. Yeah.
Very interesting. We'll have to see.
Yeah, very interesting.
Maybe it's going to be like a Tarkov thing where you have to have your own launcher and stuff for this. Like, that could be.
Oh god.
I know, but we'll see.
100 Thieves launcher.
Double click, takes 10 years to open. And then
it's like black, like you just black, red, and gray everywhere on your screen.
Your monitors go in and out a little bit too. It's just like it's got a little charm to it, you know.
A lot of screen tearing going on.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch the whole podcast, you become a member right here on YouTube or listen to the entire thing for free on audio platforms. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.